Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am getting there towards my final Christmas cards for this year. I hope that you enjoyed all of them because there were quite a lot in the end. Today I am featuring the Deck the Tree stamp set, and I am also using one stamp from the Gnome for the Holidays stamp set from Hello Bluebird. And I'm again combining it with the 3 Room Studio Mini Slimline from Crafty Meraki. Last time I said that this was an incredible basic, and I really mean that. There are several things that are wonderful about it. It's that it's simple. There are 3 windows. It provides you with lots of different kind of styled cards if you want to. And just to show you how easy it is to just take another set and use the same die, I thought, well, let's make another one with some new stamps that I haven't used yet this year and just have fun with it. Now, as I said, this is Deck the Tree from Hello Bluebird. I decided to only take all of the bunnies out there and start coloring. Now, it was an afterthought to also add the bag with presents from Santa from the Gnome for the Holidays to add it to this card, so that's why it's on another piece of paper. I tried this idea out, just doing the coloring and stuff, and I laid it out and I didn't like it. There was something missing, and so I searched for a way to have it filled a bit more, and so that's why I'm creating this card with another piece of pattern paper. You might saw it in the beginning that there were 2 cards in the picture, and you will see it in the end as well. I just made the same cards, same images and such, same colors, but I used another pattern paper from the same pattern paper pack, so that's easy. Also to show you how easy it is, just by changing the pattern paper you can again have a gorgeous other card. For the coloring, I went again with pinks, also with the last card with the cookies, with this same mini slimline die. Why, I have no clue. In the beginning of this year and throughout my Christmas cards, I noticed that I had quite a lot of dark night sky kind of backgrounds if I did one. And so all of a sudden, now to the end of my Christmas cards this year, I am back into the pinks. There are phases. We all know that we craft sort of in phases. One time I'm doing only the clean and simple, then I'm doing lovely inkblends, and then I'm in between with pattern papers. There are so many ways to create cards. So I hope that I featured this year several Christmas cards that can be useful for you all, because that's why my channel is here, trying to inspire you and maybe give you some extra ideas that you haven't thought about. So really simple coloring. I'm reusing markers. As I said, the bunnies are the same colors. I'm using this pinkish reddish color for the accessories, and so that is also quite similar. You don't need a lot of markers for this card. If you prefer blue instead of pinks, then just take a blue kind of pattern paper and use blues all over your accessories. I think that could be gorgeous as well. But I wanted to show you that stripes work as well for background, so that's why I went for these pinks, and well, I really like it. If you want to revisit the color combinations, as always, you can find them all listed on my blog post. There is a link in the description box for you if you want to check that out. So really simple coloring, as I said. I also have stamped out my images using the dark chocolate Gina K Designs Amalgam ink. Why? Because I had this idea of doing browns on my bunnies, and just having it not completely black, the outline of your images, can give it already a softer look. You don't need to, but it's an option, and so I try to do it from time to time. So here I'm just making sure to add a second layer each time. It depends, you don't need it every time, but I use Transotype perfect coloring paper. I find that a second layer helps me with the depth and with the blend, so that's why I do that. And if I need to, I can add more. If it's a tiny image, I don't often need to add another layer because it's just enough, just one layer. You will see it with the candy stick here and the house. I'm just giving it one layer on top. Again, here also using the same browns as I used on the bunnies. And you will see later on that this bag really helps with this card. I love clean and simple, and I definitely think that you can do a mini slimline with only one image. I wouldn't use the 3 Room Studio Mini Slimline for that, but for example the Bar None Mini Slimline that I truly adore. Well, in this case I had 3 windows and it just looked a bit bare on the top, so that's why this bag was really handy. Here I'm also trying to create a little bit of interest. What you can always do is go a bit further in those lines or creases that were made by the illustrator of the stamp, and just have fun with it a bit more. Go a bit further, and that already gives you more of that 3D, wow, 3D feel. Sometimes the speaking is really difficult. So that's the coloring. I'm going to take the matching dies and cut all of it out. I'm keeping everything in place with some purple tape, and then we can start on the background. Really simple. You can also do ink blending inside of the windows, but I decided again it's the end of the Christmas cards and it's the rush. So if you have a gorgeous pattern paper, that really helps you already with your background. You don't have to fiddle with that anymore. So I'm just adding this frame right on top of my pattern paper. You can also use some dimension if you want to. I decided to keep it simple and just add it straight on there. And then I will add some liquid glue and some thin foam squares on the back of my images. So personally, it has been a while since I used this pattern paper. It's the Let It Shine paper pack from Fawn that I used for this card. It's a gorgeous paper pack. But since I had the Petite Kingdom from My Favorite Things, I always use that one, I know. And I almost used it again on today's card, but I decided to change it because this way you could see that it works with many other pattern papers as well. So some of the images I'm first adding together before I'm adding all of the foam squares on the back. That's just easy if you want to have all of them the same height and you don't want to be worried about where it's overlapping. So that's why I did that. And as you can see, I have some thin foam squares here. I am cutting them with my scissors to size. I prefer adding as much foam squares as I can on the back of my images. That's easy when it's going through mail. And wherever I need to, I'm just cutting those foam squares in half, in 4, just to have the perfect size for behind my images. So it's a bit of a puzzle from time to time, but I definitely find it worth it because this is just security. So I'm adding that some items I will add straight onto the card. As you can see, I already added this panel also to my card base. That's just easy afterwards. But these lights I'm going to add straight on there, and then the bag as well. Now at first I didn't have the bag, and you will see that the top is a bit empty. I wanted that one bunny to be leaning on the left edge of the window of the room that is there with the mini slimline. And therefore there was just a lot of empty space. This one is sort of in the middle, and then the lamps are helping. The bow was also an extra addition afterwards. It's not needed, but I think it adds something. And then here is the bunny in the middle. It sort of looks like the little gingerbread that I had on the previous card, similar one. But it's just so much fun to have one of the critters hanging over one of the rooms. Now, as you can see, this bag really helps filling up that empty space. And so I'm really glad that I found it and added it. Now I'm going to finish off this card by just adding some glossy accents onto the noses, onto the light balls, and then on the candy. And then there is also some stickers that I will be using on the accessories, on the red accessories. Not completely, but I will add them, however, a bit everywhere. And that will be my card. I'm also going to quickly show you the other one that you will also be able to see in the pictures. It's just another pattern paper, same colors, same images, really simple. And depending on what color you have on your pattern paper, I definitely think that you can change up the colors and just have completely different cards by doing that. But well, those are just suggestions. I hope that you enjoyed this video and of course that you like the end result. If you do, you can always give this video a thumbs up. I would truly appreciate it. I want to thank you all for stopping by and taking the time to watch this video. I'm also really curious, which one is your favorite? The one with the stripes or the one with the dots? It's the same pink, so that was easy, the same colors. Thank you again for stopping by, and I wish you all an incredible day if I don't see you back until after Christmas and such. Happy holidays, enjoy, and I'll be back soon. Bye!